normal. Big numbers. Big numbers.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. This one taken from the 7th. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
snacks. I was
just
going to say.
That's where I go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not. And they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They find some open field here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. On 3rd and 2, Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Mike, 45. Yeah, that's what I do. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Third down, Young from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gill.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their lap.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To throw on third down, Daniels finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere. Shit! Watch the shit! Shut up!
They'll run on 1st down. Kaufman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. It's Young on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Beal. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Ready. Hey, come on. Let's go, D.
Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd down. Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. That throw by Young incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Philadelphia getting set to take the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's got his man on the out route. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 4 yards the pickup, first down. First down, Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Young will set to throw, and that'll be incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. It'll be Young again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gill. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. To throw again, Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and 2, Daniels, and he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
This quarterback now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. Back to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll start our tour right here in Florida. The New York Giants flying south to take on Tampa Bay. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit, and they lead the visiting Minnesota Vikings at halftime. The Lions seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Here's Young from the shotgun. That one caught by Gibson. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Young working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
2nd and 5. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Daniels. That's taken in by Henderson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 45. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
53, Mike. You don't know no better. Watch the
Young back near the goal line. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
Here we go.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
You got nothing. Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Young into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now for the point after. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13 to 10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on first down. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Falcons on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The end result, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Daniels. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Daniels over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Daniels. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Throwing on 1st down. Daniels looking for his running back, and he's got him. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On first down. Daniels. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, a 22. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 13 yards out, and the Eagles have taken the lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing again on second down. Young throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Carter. 7 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth quarter lead. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll throw again. Young. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Looking to throw. Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons have retaken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Daniels into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 29, Young over the middle, complete. That's Beal. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Young on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Young. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Daniels. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at about the 31, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Number 53, Mike 53. Ricky.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Back to throw. Daniels. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 33, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Daniels. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan.